Hello Xbox players, welcome to my channel. So, with the announcement of Atlas and Persona 5, 4, and 3 being released on Microsoft and Xbox, you might be wondering after playing Persona 5 Royal, which game would you like to play? Would you play the third one? The fourth one? Regardless, they're both good games. I recommend you playing the third one because I had a lot of fun just learning the characters and basically just getting to know everybody and exploring the environment. Although it would have been more, I would have preferred, like personally, I would have preferred if they released the PlayStation 2 version because it has a lot of more cutscenes. But you never know what they might do to the portable version. They might not just rely fully on the portable version. But I did play the portable version on an emulator though, and it was really fun. I'm not gonna lie. I still have yet to play Persona 4 Golden, right? Which is a remastered of the original game in a way. But yeah, like Persona 3 was like one of the best games that I've really enjoyed of Persona. You know, it really got me into Persona actually. Like I played the third one. You don't really necessarily need to play the first few Persona games. Like, don't get me wrong, I heard they're good, but I just don't have the patience to play the first one, the second one, and then like chronologically. I played because it really doesn't matter how you play, like what order you play, because the story of each game is different. It varies. The system is the same, but the story is different, and that's what I like about the Persona games. They really know how to put you in the game with the same system but with different narratives. That's the thing that I find so cool about Persona. It's like it doesn't matter how they have the same system, but if they can tell a good story, good story, that's how you get that 9.5 for IGN, and other gaming like rating companies and computers and stuff. I don't know the websites, I only know IGN. Regardless though, alright, so once you start playing Persona 3, you can choose between two characters. You can choose the guy or the girl. It doesn't really change much. It doesn't really change. The game doesn't really change much, except for instead of you having the blue, like your HUD, it's gonna be pink. And not gonna lie, the game really doesn't, the gameplay really doesn't vary that much. But you can still have fun with it, Yeah, you can still have fun with the game. There's still like a lot to explore and all that. And personally, that shit was fun. That shit was fun. That was fun. And if you haven't played any Persona game, well, let me tell you this, my guy, it's an experience. Because when you play a Persona game, you really don't know much about the game. It's like playing Dark Souls for the first time. You get overwhelmed. It's not like playing Dark Souls. You get overwhelmed with everything you have to explore, and then you fight a boss with like literally trash equipment. So you have to find a way to beat that boss. But in the end, after hours, you get to know the movements, you master everything, and then you beat the boss. Basically, Persona is like that after they give you instructions on how to play the game. Like, how school be like, the first 3 lessons, you get everything and it's easy. Now, during the test, during the assessment, they give you something that you never did and it's so fucking hard. Yeah, that's how Persona 5 goes. But if you're the player that likes to have a little bit of a challenge in it, I recommend you trying it out. Like me, as a player that has 200 hours into the game, I played both the original and Persona 5 Royal. I've spent more than 100 hours in both, and I still haven't finished Persona 5 Royal because at the moment I don't have my console with me for family reasons. But regardless, I still had a great time. Persona 5 was definitely a fun game to play, especially I stayed almost every night playing the game. Like, I would say, why would I play it at nighttime? Because that's the time where everybody in my house is asleep, Yeah, in my experiences, Persona, great game. You definitely get lost into it if you're really into the story. Made me cry, made me laugh, but I can let you experience it for yourself. But it like, and if you're just starting for like Persona series and stuff like that, alright, listen up. This is gonna be some important details for your exploration for the Persona series. As you play along, you get to know the controls and all of that. But I'm gonna give you the most fundamental tips for you to enjoy Persona at its fullest. So, first thing is first. You have to talk to people. You got to max out those confidants, cause those confidants are what gonna help you level up your personas into more higher levels. Or basically, it's gonna make everything a little bit more easier to level up. Cause if you maximize a confidant, I think that's what you call a confidant with a character, and if you max him, you can get a special persona from that confidant, like the maximum persona from that confidant, right? And once you get the maximum persona for that confidant, you're gonna need a few other personas, and for you to get those other personas, you need to explore. So for Persona 3, you have to go to the tower and then, fight some personas and bosses and stuff like that. Persona 5, you have to go to Mementos or go to a palace and fight a few bosses or like just enemies in general and try capturing them. After you capture them, it's important, and it's very, very important that you archive those personas, because that was a mistake that I did while I was playing Persona 3 Portable. I was basically going in the tower, I was exploring, right? I was fighting the personas and stuff, and then instead of archiving, like putting in the archive the personas that I got, I would instantly just fuse them to the persona that I wanted. Just in case in the future I needed to get a more powerful character, I had to go to the tower again and find the same persona that I needed. And that's a waste of time. You don't want to do that. So as you progress from every palace or the tower or every floor of the tower, Persona 3 or Persona 5, like I said, I haven't played Persona 4, so I can't really say much about it. So make sure to archive your personas, like save them, because when you need a craft or when you need to fuse a few personas to make a powerful one, you don't need to go look for them in the tower or in the Palace of Mementos. You already have it. Next thing, when it comes to fusing characters, or not characters but personas, it's gonna cost money. So here's my next tip. Money. Okay, so Persona, they have the currency of yen because it happens in Japan, right? And you can mostly get yen multiple ways in the Persona series. You can either get a job, it pays somewhat nice, a few 5k yen, right, or 10k yen, depending on the job. Or you can either go to Mementos or go in the tower. I'm just talking about the perspectives of Persona 3 and Persona 5. Well, with Persona 5 Royal, they make it a little bit easier since you have Jose basically toasting mementos for you to have more money, and I would actually advise you to take advantage of that, because if you level up to its maximum, I think you can get at least 50k depending. And in Persona 5 Royal, you have to max out the confidant with Ryuji. Why is that? Because you can literally insta-kill if you reach confidant level 9 or rank 9 of Ryuji's confidant. Literally any enemy that is below your level, you can literally just, if you're in Mementos and you're in Mona's car, you can ram the enemy, and you instantly just get everything, the XP, the persona, and the money. You don't even have to waste any more time fighting. Now with Persona 3, there's not really anything that's like that. You actually have to fight every persona, but there's gonna be enemies that are gonna run away from you. I would suggest you go after them, be like, get over here, and just get the XP and the personas. Because once you have shadows running away from you, yeah, it actually means that they're low level and they mostly are terrified. So take advantage of that and explore every single part of the castle you can, so that you can at least have some fun and not at least have some fun and get some money as well. With Persona 3, you actually have the cards system where every battle you win, you can either get a persona, money, or a type of equipment or something else. All right, I'll get into that later. So there's 3 levels, if I remember. There's 3 levels of 10. I can't really remember because it's been a long time. Hold on, let me do my research. Okay, so like as you guys are seeing here, like in my screen, right? You have like 10 ranks, right? You have 10 ranks, and you can get like a sword, which is red, which gives you weapons, blue, like HP, yellow, money, and green XP, right? So you basically can get 10 ranks of like a card where you can get money. So yeah, I would tell you to be aware for that if you want to get some more money, because when you're gonna be fusing some Persona characters, you're gonna need a lot of cash, and I mean a lot of cash. And Persona 3 does really go off with fusions, because there's a bunch of personas and a bunch of personas that you can unlock depending on how much money and the powerful personas you have. So recommend just exploring a lot more, watching out for chests, and just do that. Next up, we have equipment. Equipment is as important because it deals physical damage. Depending on the enemy, oh my gosh, hold on. Sorry about that. I'm okay. Anyways, speaking about equipment, as I was saying, it deals a lot of physical damage. Depending on the enemy or the opponent you're going against, the physical damage basically does nothing, depending on like the level and the amount of damage and like where you at. Because in Persona 5, if you're almost in the end of the game, there's one enemy that takes or basically heals from physical damage, because they are a slime. I forgot the name of that motherfucker, but I hate that guy because he slowed down my gameplay, and in the final boss I died multiple times because of it, but I was able to learn its patterns and I defeated it. So anyways, yeah, so you gotta be aware of what type of equipment you should have with your team. Not every equipment that you buy from the police station or from the airsoft shop, both I'm talking about Persona 3 and Persona 5. You can still transform personas into equipment if you want. I don't really do that because personas can be fused to get powerful personas and also powerful equipment, but I'd rather personas. That's my personal preference. But you do whatever. So basically, you can either get equipment from the Mentos or the tower. It really depends on you. It's your gameplay, your choice. After equipment, you have the one thing that I don't really pay attention to, but I think it's important to mention, which is the not artifacts, but
accessory.
How do you say that? Accessory. So when it comes to accessories, I don't really pay attention to them as much, but I really do think that they are important. As much as I don't give attention to them, and then I've seen other people playing the game, I think accessories are really important, because let's say you're in the battle, right? You're in the battle and you have a teammate that's weak to wind, right? So you have a battle and the enemy has a wind ability, and he goes for that one teammate that is weak against wind, and he gets knocked out, and then he gets jumped. Or maybe when you're playing Persona 5 Royal, maybe you get like he'll be a hostage, you know, and you don't want that. That's terrible. That nobody wants to deal with that bullcrap. So what you do is basically equip an accessory to him that is basically gonna make him move to win. Like he's not gonna get knocked down. He can either dodge it or block it. You know, it's not gonna harm you. It's not gonna slow down your progress any type of way or form. So I think accessories are really important, and you should really watch out for them. And don't sell them if they really don't have much of a use to you. I mean, Persona 5 Royal, there's a bunch of DLC that you can get for free, but still, like Persona 3 Portable, you really gotta be careful of the accessories you're gonna sell. You gotta know how to manage and where you can get back those accessories that you sold, cause they can really come in the clutch in the end of in the end of the game. Next thing, the items. Boy, oh boy, I cannot tell you how many times the items of this game has saved me, bro. Like, and then you have a lot of potions that restore your SP and HP at the same time. I forgot, you got Soma that heals the entire party, bro. That Soma, bro. Everybody just praise Soma. Let's just round of applause for Soma. Like, Soma is just that. Soma is that item, bro. Soma is that item that can literally save you from any situation. So when I was playing Persona 5 Royal, I had this thing where the palace was created at the same day, and we can explore it. I'm gonna clear the palace. So I did everything in my power to get a Soma, cause when I go to a restroom or I think that's a restroom that you call it in Persona 5. Yeah, it's a restroom. Yeah, like I use that shit and I keep going and I manage. I don't really play with every single character. I only play with the protagonist. I let the other characters do the work, cause I think it's more fun that way. But anyways, that's my preference. So, you know, Soma really does come in clutch, but not only Soma, a lot of items that heal, that like give you HP or SP are also as important. Cause SP, if you don't have SP, like your whole teammate, if they can deal only physical damage and you're going against enemies that are null to physical damage, yeah, it's no use. It's no use at all. But you know, I still think that they are just very important. If you get an opportunity to buy any item that heals or gives you a little buff, and a little debuff, a little buff, and a little nerf, just go and get it, because in the end it's gonna be very helpful for your gameplay and like your let's play, like play Persona. Items. So I took the items. I talked about equipment. Oh, I almost forgot. I genuinely forgot. Skills. The motherfucking skills. Every single Persona game has the skill set. In Persona 5, you really need knowledge, charm. You need knowledge, charm, toughness, or is it toughness? I think it's toughness. And then you need love or like sympathy. With those 5 things, right, Persona 5 has, you gotta max them out. Reading books, do anything around the city, like anything to boost your social stats, like anything, because those are going to be important to develop your confidence. Those are going to be very important to develop your confidence. I cannot believe that I almost forgot mentioning this, because this is the most important part of the game. Spend time, like whenever you have free time and you don't have to spend time with a character or something, try mastering or upgrading the skill of yours in the game, knowledge or courage or stuff like that. Just try maxing out everything you can from your skills, so that it's more easy to spend time with the characters without needing to do many requirements or having to do many requirements. And that's it. that's all I got for you guys. That's all. Those are my tips about my experience with playing Persona 3 and Persona 5 Royal. Well, if you guys liked it, enjoyed it, leave a like, sub, and just enjoy the game. Just have a great time, because I'll guarantee it to you, you will be lost in your emotions, and like, just play the game, like, subscribe, share the video for the people that need it and are interested in playing the Persona series. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys.